Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to Israq's Movie Reviews. And we're going to be talking about The Guilty, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. This movie was unexpectedly really good. Another diamond in the dirt that I caught on Netflix. This movie, uh, just to start off, the film it's unusual because it all takes place in a dispatch room. And in other words, you can hear people talking to the main character, which his name is Joe. And you only see Joe. Occasionally, you see his coworkers, the ones that are around him in front of a computer. But it's a different sort of film. While it sounds like it would be boring to keep focused on just one character, Joe he's never dull. It's tense. It's hard to watch sometimes. It's exceptionally well put together. And there's a vomiting scene towards the end of the movie, which is just too explicit. But that's as gory as the movie gets. This movie is yet another unusual film starring Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, he's an actor who generally chooses unusual projects, while he occasionally stars in these blockbuster films like Spider-Man. And he often picks strange, offbeat movies. But he partners up with Antoine Fuqua. And this movie was odd, but in a good way. It's a remake of a Danish film. Now that I saw this movie, I really want to see the original to, compare and contrast. Basically, Joe is a cop who's in some sort of trouble. You get that from the beginning of the movie. You don't know exactly what it is until very late in the film. What he did was serious, though, because you have a reporter calling him throughout the movie, and he neglects to speak to her. He always hangs up on her. And even though you don't know exactly what he did towards, until late in the film, it's serious enough that he's taken off the streets and put on desk duty. That's why he's answering these 911 calls. During his shift, Joe gets an unusual phone call from a woman who claims to have been abducted. He has to work to try to figure out who she is, where she is, and the status of her children. Joe he's not a detached worker by any means, but takes this case very seriously. Can't blame him. He already has pressure from the beginning of the movie regarding his, own issue. So while it's admirable that he spends a significant amount of time trying to locate this woman and trying to make calls that relate to the situation at hand, he's also an angry man whose anger generally gets out and generally colors the people that are trying to help him the wrong way. When he calls the California Highway Patrol officer and they basically don't help him in the way that he wants, he loses it. I could say a lot more about the plot, but I'm not going to go into that because this is one of those movies where it's a thriller, and the end definitely took me for a surprise. And that's rare. That's rare. Sometimes you see the twist coming from a mile away, not this movie. This movie is exceptionally thought out, well made. Gyllenhaal is incredible here. My only reservations is that it's a remake, like I mentioned before. And if you're going to remake a movie, this is the way to remake it. It's too early to tell because I haven't seen the original movie. But this movie has everything you want, you have a demoted police officer assigned to a call, dispatch desk, and he's conflicted when he receives that emergency phone call from what he believes is a kidnapped woman. And throughout the movie, you figure out that the woman is not kidnapped. She might be suffering from a mental illness, and the way she's speaking, the way she's using Joe affects him in a major way because when you're just listening to something on the phone and you're not there visually to see it, it's hard. And one of the subplots of the movie also, like towards looming in the background, is it takes place in California. So there's an actual fire going on in the forest over there. And there's cops that are very limited. So he gets really angry because the cops are attending those fires. Firefighters are attending those fires, you know? And he believes this situation should be first, but you have thousands of people losing their homes, you know, at the same time. So kudos to them. This was a great movie. They filmed this movie in 11 days. I hope you go see it. If I was to give this movie a rating out of 5, I'd definitely give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was actually that good. That good. Jake Gyllenhaal, he's just a straight up performer. And if this is not up for a Grammy or Emmy or any award, man, they did this movie an injustice. It's really that good. It's amazing. Go check it out. All right? And please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and ring that notification bell, man. Look forward to speaking to you and seeing you on the next review. Peace.